Okay, so Carnival season 1, episode 7. Okay, so this is also like a weird episode. Okay, so but I think I'll do like the characters instead of the scenes because it jumps around so much. Okay, so we're at Brother Justin. He's like standing on a bridge about to jump. And then it shows him jumping. And he ends up on a riverbank injured. And then he runs into these two Russian kids whose mother is deceased. And they said their father is an evil man. And they don't want to help him. And then he ends up, and then the Russian boy ends up murdering him by twisting his head around with his mind. Okay? And then it turns out in the end that that this was a complete hallucination. He never jumped off the bridge. But the two kids that he saw were him and his sister. That actually happened to them where a train crashed and they were the only two survivors. And at the end, it shows them in a picture with the priest, with Brother Justin sitting on the priest's lap, looking very uncomfortable. And and Brother Justin called his sister and said, "You knew what was in me," which is like an odd thing to say. So these revelations of him with this magical element didn't start at the first episode with the blood rain or him acting surprised all these things happened. And it's also a very good explanation as to why when they were at Mr. Chin's, when they were renovating it for the children, why his sister didn't seem surprised that the councilman began to choke when he tried to enforce his will upon Brother Justin. So yeah, so that's something. The priest looks familiar, but I can't name half these people in the show that are not the main characters. It's hard enough keeping up with the main characters. He might have showed up in one of the dreams or something. I don't know. It's an actor whose face I know well. I know a lot of the actors in here faces well, so it's like also connecting them to other roles they had. So I don't even want to pretend like I know if I've seen this character before in the show already, but it's a priest. Apparently, that priest raised them kids, and Brother Justin got rid of him, probably for good reason. But just like in the world today, they live in a world where all magic is deemed evil or of the devil. So I can see the hesitation in embracing those things as a gift, even if it means getting rid of abuser. Okay, so and then Libby. Okay, so Libby and her family, the family of S workers, they are going through their mourning phase. Just lost, her parents lost a child, and she lost a sister. They're going through their stages of grief. The mom wants just to get back to work. The dad is just grieving and drinking, just being sad, and wants to leave. And Libby sees that he wants to leave. It's a perfect opportunity for her to insert the idea of going to Hollywood in his mind, which he agreed to initially. And the mom keeps trying to spark back up the romance with her husband, and it's not working. And then he told her that he's leaving, and taking his daughter with her, and she said, "You don't know how to leave me if you wanted to," or something like that. That he doesn't know how to leave her. He doesn't know how to begin to leave her. And Libby convinced Sophie Ruthie, I think that's her name, Ruthie, to run away with her, the tarot reader. And she agrees, which is weird, because like when she left her, I don't know what her mom said to her, but she said, I got to do it for me. And I'm thinking, like, who did she leave in charge to take care of her vegetable mom? I mean, she has an active brain, but obviously that body ain't moving, so it was very odd. They get in the car, and he looks in his rearview mirror and sees his wife and can't leave. And then he said, maybe tomorrow will be a better day. And Libby knows this tomorrow means never. And Ruthie is like, hey, I can drive. We can still do this. And then she said, my dad doesn't like anyone else driving his car. So it just shows a cycle of codependence in that family. Just like heavy codependence. And yeah. And also, Ruthie did a bleach blonde job on her head. I think it looks nice. All right. And then we have, and also the Tom Holden that Brother John met when he went to California last episode. I mean, well, he's already in California. We went to LA and was like with these haggard men around the train tracks and told his story. And then that Tom guy, he's a radio personality, and he told Brother Justin's story, and now it's everywhere, and people are sending money and letters to Isis, his sister, sent to their house. And then Tom got the councilman, tricked him into agreeing to fund the rebuild and investigate the fire during a live radio broadcast. So that happened. And okay, so now we get to Ben. So Ben is still crushing on the strongman's mom, which is, I always forget her name. Is Rita? I believe her name is Rita. Yeah. And they have a moment in the field when they were looking for a snake because she's a snake charmer. And then he's fixing up her banner, and Luds and the bearded lady walk by talking to him, telling him the story. And he's like, I already know this story about how Shutter helped her when she was sick or she got bit by a snake. But then Lud says that she also invited Shutter into her bed, which disturbs Ben, rightfully so, because if the assumption is correct, then Shutter's is his father, and his father getting with the woman that he's been crushing on it can be a jarring thing to hear. And then when he sees her, he confronts her about it, about only telling him half the story, and she seems shocked, like it's not true. And then she just but then she snaps and says, whether it is or not, it's none of your business. And he just gets pissed. And then her strongman son gets in between, lifts him up, and then like a little accident made him break his arm from the scuffle with Ben. And later Ben ends up healing her son in a lake. And then the exchange was the fish, because a bunch of fish died when he healed his arm. And then the bearded lady saw him come back healed and went to go tell Lutz. And Lutz, she was like, what? And she was like, I wonder who you think he is, going off without letting you in on his little tricks. And she was like, go show him. And then Lutz just starts beating her. So we see that he really is a nefarious person. I think that was it from this one. Sorry, I wrote some notes so I can't forget or won't forget. Child, it's so many little things inside these episodes, and I'm trying to connect them all. And I'm not researching into the full season because I don't want to spoil it. My reactions are genuine for a person that's watching each episode for the first time without help. But what I did start doing from the Babylon episode is after I watch the episode, I will read the summary on the wiki fandom for this show. And let me tell you, there's not much to it on that little wiki fandom. They definitely dropped the ball with putting in the details for each episode. But it's just I feel like I'm missing information because there are so many questions. It seems like each episode leaves me with more questions. Like, who is the priest that Brother Justin and Isis were with in the photo at the end? you know? And why did Brother Justin hallucinate that whole situation and not recognize himself and his sister's kids, and what else other magic abilities these people have, and how, what is, just like, what's up with Lutz and the bearded lady? Like, what do they want? It's like a lot of questions. Really weird. And what is the one, when Ruthie told him he was the one? And are they powers actually evil? I don't know. Okay, so that is episode 7. I'll be back with episode 8.